Hi, thank you for joining me today. I'll be talking to y'all about heat stress. Heat stress can occur in a, a lot of different situations and scenarios. It is just whenever a person's exposed to too high of temperatures for too long. Generally, this is going to be your people that are working outside, um, your construction workers, oil field workers, roofers, mechanics, things of this nature. Just anything that's going to be outside, and you're going to be working in the summer months, and well, some of the spring months. Some of these spring days can be pretty hot too. Um, Heat stress, it can lead to a lot of different things. Heat stroke's going to be your worst. That can lead to death or permanent disability. Dizzying, your things like this are going to be dizziness, dehydration, rashes, along with a number of other illnesses. So. Uh, a myth that goes along with this is, you're not a myth, but just a stereotype is that people that work outside, which it generally is, but it can also affect people that work inside too. People don't think about this stuff. Things like bakery workers with hot ovens around them, glass factories. Here in Durant we have Cardinal Glass out there, with those ovens, and also I have some friends that work at tire factories. You got Michelin and Goodyear over here in Lawton, um, and he works in a room, the cooker room, and he's working in 115-degree weather all year round. So I mean that can get pretty hot, and so heat stress, like I said, it's a very serious thing. It can lead to serious permanent injuries and even death. To maintain proper hydration, this is if you want to just nip it real quick. Um, Proper hydration is the key to just not suffering from these things. The average adult should be drinking at least half a gallon of water a day, if not more. Um, Along with this, you need to replace electrolytes, so things like Gatorade, Powerade, Body Armors, those type things. Those are really good. Just not you don't want to drink only those. You want to be mainly water. Um, Proper clothing, that is absolutely essential. Whenever you're working in these long, you want, some people wear long sleeves. I know a bunch of like old farmers and stuff. They wear long sleeves year round because they stay cooler. And there is some, you don't want to use a really heavy long sleeve shirt, but definitely something that's breathable, and it will kind of protect more of your body. And in theory, if there's a breeze or whatever, it will actually keep you cooler whenever you start to work up a sweat. Um, it needs to be breathable, like I said, but also it doesn't need to be paper thin. Um, the sun, if it's paper thin, the sun will still be able to get through, and then you're doing your body just as much harm, with sunburns and exposing you to the UV rays and such things those like that. Um, Knowing the signs of someone else who is suffering from heat stress, this is almost as important as knowing about heat stress, because and when it comes to a heat stroke, time is everything. So the sooner that somebody recognizes that somebody else is suffering from a heat stroke, the better off everything's going to be. Um, some of those symptoms include, if somebody is lost consciousness, obviously, if they're confused, and if they're having a seizure, that is the one sign, the three signs that they are probably having a heat stroke, and you do need to get them to the hospital as soon as possible, because, like I said, time is everything in those situations, and the sooner you get them there, the less severe it's going to be. Um, Other things: sweating profusely, elevated body temperatures. All these things have to do with, are signs that somebody is suffering from heat stress or heat exhaustion of some sort, and they do need to be have medical attention as soon as possible. People considered at risk when working in an environment where the heat index is above 91 degrees Fahrenheit. So at 91 degrees Fahrenheit, that is the OSHA's heat index law, where if it is above 91 degrees, anybody working in temperatures above 91 degrees Fahrenheit heat index is at risk for heat exhaustion. or heat stroke. So that's whenever heat stress really starts to play a key role in what we need to be watching for. So the PPE, obviously we have some PPE. You know, you can take all the precautions you want to, but there's some things in this area that you just have to have them. PPE for this types of scenarios or these type of working environments is going to be sunscreen. Sunscreen, like I said, I have a friend who works in a tire factory in Lawton, Oklahoma, and he uses sunscreen every day. Now he's inside, but like I said, he works with these ovens, and when you open them up, if you're exposed to the light coming off of this stuff for any longer than a couple minutes, he said you will have burns all up in your arms. And so they use SPF 50 sunscreen and to help them every day. Another one is a sunshade on a hard hat. You know, they have the hard hats that are actually, you know, clip-ons, or they have the whole hard hat that is a sunshade. Those things can be lifesavers. Anything to keep the heat off your head. Your head is one of the most volatile or at-risk places on the body, and if you don't keep your head and your neck cool, then you're gonna have a really rough time, and you know it's not gonna be good. So that is definitely something to consider. Z87 sunglasses. You know, we talk about ANSI approved safety glasses all the time. Well, they make sunglasses, and so you know anything to keep your eyes safe. You know the sun gets really bright, so you know I don't see a problem with it, and I think that that's a really good thing to have. Breathable clothing. I talked about that earlier. So just anything to keep your body cool is gonna be essential or considered personal protective equipment. So that is it, and I thank you for watching, and I hope y'all learned something today. So.